Three. All right. So what did you want to talk about? What do you want to discuss regarding these Legend of the White Dragon suits from your perspective?
So, from my perspective, I just want to get out there that I have nothing against Aaron. I'm kind of just going through this as it's coming out, and I'm realizing just how much of a liar and scumbag he is. But um, just from a costuming standpoint, I've been buying cosplay items for years and years and years, and just in the past 5, 6 years, I've become a maker myself. So I know what these products cost and I know how much it costs to build a suit. And him claiming that it's $30,000 is just outrageous unless he got ripped off or he's lying.
What do you say to the fact that he said he had to do like several different? Now, here's the thing: when he did say about the $30,000 suits,
less than 5%, and that
here is him actually about to discuss how his suits, I kid you not, how the suits cost about $30,000. And I was just like, what? What? Here we go.
was amazingly badass. How long did it take you to design a suit? Oh, a long time. Actually, I was going to post a photo actually tonight of a close-up look of the suit so you guys can really see what it looks like, because it looks pretty cool up close. It was very expensive. The suit was like $30,000, and we built it over a year. We didn't work on it every day, but you know, we work on it all the time. Sounds amazing, man. I'm so sorry it ended the way it did. He seemed like a good guy. Jason was a great guy.
Did you hear it? The $30,000 suit?
It was amazingly badass. How long did it take you to design a suit? Oh, a long time. Actually, I was going to post a photo actually tonight of a close-up look of the suit so you guys can really see what it looks like, because it looks pretty cool up close. It was very expensive. The suit was like $30,000, and we built it over a year. We didn't work on it every day, but you know, we work on it all the time.
All right, so he said the suit cost $30,000, but our cosplay expert believed to think otherwise. I'll address the super chat after this segment. Different modes of the suits, and he had to pay the people, and that's what racked up to the. Actually, he said it was like 42 counting the helmet. What do you say to that?
I mean, molds and prototypes, they're costly, but I don't think that it would amount to what he's describing.
Okay, and you actually sent me over some figures that you broke down. You said you
Yeah, those are some rough estimates based on like just what it takes. Like I know a lot of guys in this game and a lot of them are my friends. I don't do like the screen printing and stuff like that. I primarily work in urethane, like getting 3D prints done, cleaning up the masters, doing molds and castings. But I do know approximately how much it takes to have like a suit designed, screen printed, sewn together, etc., etc.
All right, so here is the image that he sent regarding the suit. So he says, hey, I also wanted to add my 2 cents about Aaron saying the White Dragon suit cost $30,000 to make. I'm in the costume fabrication and cosplay scene for quite a few years now. First as a costumer and recently last 4 years as a maker myself. I know how much these products and commissions cost. I could break it down for you. Suit pattern commissions are generally only about $200 to $350. Fabrication of your design is typically cost around $700 to $1,000. That includes sewing your spandex/screen printed fabric and suit together in muscle suit glue. 3D file commissions typically run $300 to $500. That would include all the digital sculpting work required for your 3D printed objects. Having them 3D printed would only run about $500 to $700. And a bit more if they were resin printed, but not by much. And hypothetically, about $1,000 for molding material if it was required. But Aaron states there were only one of each suit, so I doubt molds were required. That's not even close to $30,000. And if he did hypothetically pay $30,000 for the suits, he got ripped off because no one would charge that to make a Power Ranger inspired suit. They are 80% spandex, 10% armor, 10% foam muscles, which does not equal up to $30,000 worth of material or time. So either he's lying about the budget, which we know, I literally got someone on record confirming that he lied about at least one budget for the suits, or where whoever he commissioned to do these works for him completely ripped him off. I look at it this way. If someone could do a cosplay replica of the costume for a fraction of the price and make it look identical, then something doesn't add up here. I'm like, yo, thank you for sharing this. I'll keep them anonymous. And they say, hey, look, like I said, ballpark. I know a lot of guys in the industry. They're my friends. And I know they charge for things. The price variance between markers is slight. Should not be expensive in a suit made from scratch. Now, we end up having like a decent conversation. And let's continue with the interview. Okay. So let's go through 3D file commissions. You said typically run $300 to $500. What is a 3D file commission?
So it usually takes place on the computer. So you're using ZBrush or an iPad or something to do a digital sculpture. And that's what the files are. So you're 3D sculpting the actual item. And once that's done, it gets turned into an STL file, which gets printed on a 3D printer.
And you said that only costs $300 to $500.
Yeah, approximately. That's what I would charge if somebody came to me and was like, hey, I want this Batman cowl or something designed. I would charge about that to out of nowhere private commission sculpture, from nothing to finished sculpture.
What else goes into it? Hypothetically, the molding, you said that's $3,000.
If material is acquired.
Yeah, the material. So you need, I work cheap. So like I use for a mother mold plaster, which is pretty cheap, but you still need silicone, which is probably the most expensive. Like silicone runs a lot more than polyurethane. And typically you do a brush up mold, about 6 layers of silicone, and then you would back that up as a hard shell in either fiberglass, what did I just say? Plaster, and some guys use like burlap and stuff. But yeah, molds can be pretty expensive, but that's probably the most expensive thing. You're investing a lot of money into making a really durable, long-lasting mold that you can get hundreds of castings out of.
All right. So overall, what would you say the cost of one suit would be? Now, before we get into the price, I see you guys have already picked up on it. There's no way the suits are more than 4 to 6K, guessing maybe less after watching your videos and all the stuff people said about Aaron's greed.
Originally, I wanted to do 250,000, but Aaron wanted more. Greed.
I'm pretty sure, what does it say? I'm sure he paid mostly in exposure. Oh my God, this guy in exposure. And Alexander, I'm gonna get your super chat. I still see it.
Really bad at math here, but let's say, like, I know that the polyurethane, like, it's hard for me to put an actual number on the whole suit because, like, the prices do vary, but they're not crazy. But I do know that just material cost, so that's taking out of the equation paying the artist for their art and shipping and whatever, just the material cost of polyurethane on there, because I can only speak to that. I only see $80 to $100 on that whole suit of polyurethane itself, which is what the armor and like the shoulder pads and all that seem to be made of. And the creator of the suit even breaks it down and says that they're polyurethane.
All right. Now, the creator of the suit said it's polyurethane. I have that video.
Hey guys, Jason.
Fair use. Out here. There we go. Give me a second. This is the maker of the suit. Now, what I did notice was comments were turned off. I don't know why, but let's hear it from the maker himself.
Frank here, and I am with, why don't you tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Jose Arias. I'm the person who made the suit. I really love it, enjoy it. Everything I did everything from scratch, and my business name is LA Costume Designer. So take a look.
LA Costume Designer. Now I got a lot of people are going to ask these questions. Tell me a little bit about if someone wants to cosplay material-wise, and what's the best thing to do, and you know, to get to this level. Costumes, certain, like 5 different things you use.
Now I love this. That hey, we're about to get the breakdown of the cost of, well, you're not going to hear about cost, but the materials, and then you can go from there.
Okay, so first thing is it's fabric, such 4-way such fabric, and also has a muscle suit. It's very special, very stretchy, and also has a screen printing on the fabric, different textures, and also this is urethane. It's very flexible and very resistant at all the fights.
So you just heard him confirm that this right here is polyurethane, the same thing that our suit maker said it was. All right, so there you go. Like, hey, this is how you kind of like try to validate a price. Where it's like, oh, this is polyurethane. Here is him saying it's polyurethane, and he's going to break down how much polyurethane costs in additional messages.
Yeah. Well, it feels good at fighting it, that's for sure. And the thing about this is that I noticed that the gloves are a continuation. The gloves don't come off. Is there something that you, and the feet, was it something to design different about it, or why was that design chosen?
Actually, it's one single pieces in order to be easy to put it and not to lose the pieces. When you do separate, sometimes then you can easily to lose it. So it's just one piece, the whole thing. To be comfortable.
Yeah, so very comfortable. Now,
all right, let's get back to the interview right here. Okay, yeah, you sent me that video that saying that. He also said the 40 helmets that were made, I'm pretty sure that was for a perk, but Aaron did say there was only one suit for him and one suit for Jason, and they had seamstress on set, and you know their suit is more durable than the people cosplaying.
Yeah, I look at like the White Dragon suit, and it just reminds me of like the Ben Affleck Batman suit, which is, you know, an underlayer with muscles and an overlayer with screen printed material, and then they're just gluing armor on top of that. Like, whether you could stitch it together differently if you wanted, but it's gonna be the same thing. Like the differences are minuscule. If I commissioned a cosplay of that to an actual screen used thing, because a lot of screen used stuff is actually rushed because, you know, they only need it for like 2 shots. But Aaron is saying that they only made one suit, so even if they put everything into this one suit, it's still not going to be levels above a cosplay of it.
You all hear that? One suit is still not levels above a cosplay. Now, the 40 helmets is right here. And you actually going to hear Jason say something that might catch you off guard. Let's go.
All right, guys, we're coming near the end of the Legend of the White Dragon movie. In fact, it is the last day of the shoot. Now, regardless, we have a few shots here and there and some pickups, but I just want to tell everyone thank you. Take a look at all the helmets here. This is for the Kickstarter. All right, guys, we're coming near the end of the Legend of the White Dragon movie. In fact, it is the last day of the shoot. Now, regardless, we have a few shots here and there and some pickups, but I just want to tell everyone thank you. Take a look at all the helmets here. This is for the Kickstarter rewards. They were actually used. I made sure each and every one of them were used in this movie. So if you got a helmet, congratulations. We do have the helmets on the WWW Lot White Dragon as well. But I just personally want to thank everyone. It's been an awesome experience. And this probably has to be the best suit of all times that this man made right over there. Jose, thank you so much, man. And anyway, I'm just so excited to show you guys The Legend of the White Dragon. It is truthfully one of the best movies that I've ever done. I got a chance to do a lot of acting, do a lot of action, and I actually had blood and bruises on my face, which never happened in almost any of the movies that I've ever done because, you know, the Power Rangers and stuff like that. So we are bringing... All right, guys.
All right. What do you think? What did you think? Let's continue with the interview. Well, actually, let's continue with the cosplay as he breaks it down a little bit more.
People are going to ask a little bit about the shield, the diamond, stuff like that. How was this like fabricated or made, sort of thing?
Yeah, okay, so this one I sculpted, he made it, sculpted and molded and make two different material. Inside is foam and Jordan rubber. So it's and the stone it's clear resin.
All right, so we got clear resin and foam, and it was another material, but I couldn't make it out.
And also I sculpted and he made it and molded and cast it.
Nice. And the hands, the knuckles. What
That one
do you think
also
about this?
he made it too.
Yeah.
Sculpted.
Yeah.
And molded and it's Jordan.
Wow. Well, the suit belongs to me now. But nevertheless, Jose did an awesome job on this. You really did a good job. Fantastic job. If you guys get a chance, this is going to be all over YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff.
And there you go. There goes some promotion right there. So I don't know. Could he have made the suit for promotion? I don't know. I would love to get his invoice that he sent. Let's continue with the interview. Okay. Now, what have you been thinking about all this Aaron Schoenke content?
You know, it's pretty crazy. But so like I've been a fan of Bat in the Sun, and I was looking forward to their like newest beatdown that was coming up because like I'm a huge '89 Batman fan. Like, was really looking forward to that, but I don't really want to watch it because, you know, knowing what Aaron's doing behind the scenes and ripping off people and not paying people, like that kind of sucks. And I've sent like, you know, when I found out they were going to do this new one, I was like, oh, you should reach out to Carl Newman. Like, he was Michael Keaton's movement double. He might even be, you know, down to do it. He loves doing stuff like that. And he said, oh, that's a great idea. And now I'm scared he's going to rip Carl off.
Holy snap, man. Wow. Yo. This guy is a very passionate Bat in the Sun fan or whatever. So that's why he is really actually hurt about everything that's coming out about Aaron. So there's that. Wow. If you can give one message to Aaron, what would it be?
You know, I would just, you know, pay your people and like treat talent in the way that you would want to be treated as talent. Because I think Aaron's a talented guy, and he speaks out about being not given credit and taken for a ride, but it seems like he does that to everyone he works with. And I think that he needs to just, you know, take a minute and really think about all the people that he's screwing over to rise to the top.
Wow, man. That was a powerful statement. With that being said, any last words? Maybe a message to the Resilient Army, maybe a message to people who work with Aaron. Any last words?
To the people that worked with Aaron and all the staff on Superpower Beatdown, I really wish that some people would come forward, because like I know it's, you know, it's scary, but not coming forward or remaining anonymous or not saying anything at all is just going to allow him to keep ripping everybody off and become even more and more and more popular and hurt a lot of people along the way.
Now, I do think this is ironic because he chose to remain anonymous. So he's like, hey, stop being anonymous, and then he anonymous. But, you know, he's cool. He's in the industry. Let's continue.
And to the Resilient Army, it's pretty cool that we're exposing all this stuff and sharing our stories. And it's not nice when people get taken for a ride and don't get treated well.
Well said. Any guests you would love to see on the show in the future when all this Aaron stuff settled down?
I mean, when it all settles down, it would be cool to, like, if things go well and some of these Bat in the Sun guys want to come on just for interviews about their life outside of it and what got them into it, that'd be really cool. Been a fan of that channel for a while, and Aaron's not the end all and be all of the channel. It'd be nice to let somebody else speak about Bat in the Sun and their experience in a positive light outside of Aaron.
All right. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate the information. Stay on the line. Oh, damn. I got to cut that out of the video. I'm like, well, we got a minute and 30 left. All right. Anyway, so there was that interview. And here is his final statement regarding the materials. All right. He goes on to say, and these are the flexible types of polyurethane, which the armor would cast. Now, he did send me a picture, but it would like give away his store location and all that good stuff because he's very reputable in the industry. So the cast out of VitaFlex is about $260 per gallon a kit, and the TAS 16 is about $300. VitaFlex is more flexible. TAS 16 is more rigid, but both are polyurethane rubber. But out of that raw cost, I say about 80 to 100 is used on that suit polyurethane. But don't use the photos because it probably give away my shop, but you can research. Products are relatively available, smooth, and a lot of other providers. My personal opinion is that VitaFlex product was probably used for stunts because it flexes and won't rip and break in TAS 16, which probably used for hero shots where the stew is just stagnant for close-ups because it holds its shape really well and looks great. So there you have it. A true, not cosplayer, but a cosmaker breaking down what they think about the suit. Let me know what you think in the comments section. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.